Well, today's Art Under the Sun features a Pinellas County Cultural Affairs grant recipient who creates some very different pieces. Inside Pinellas reporter Libby Bowling brings us the story of this Dunedin artist whose attraction to some unusual materials led him to some unusual art.
Like a bee to honey, Denis Gaston is drawn to texture.
I like that kind of distressed surface that you get with media like this.
He's also drawn to forms.
I like to have the figure looking straight out. It's kind of an iconic symbol or way of working that I do.
And it's obvious he was born to draw.
And then there's this one. This is one of my father. He was an artist. I did a series of tributes to him about 10 years ago. This is his artwork around the borders.
What's not so obvious is how he achieves his unique style. I asked Denis about his mixed media approach.
Well, you know, for years I did basically drawing with pastels and charcoal and that media. And although I loved it, it just kind of laid on the surface. It was a very flat medium, and when I expanded and started doing works on canvas, I decided to branch out and try, and I wanted depth, I wanted surface tension, I wanted the works to stand out physically too. So that's the beauty of mixed media.
Denis was formally trained in graphic design and assembled a broad and varied portfolio while working at ad agencies, magazines, and newspapers, mostly in Atlanta. You can see the graphic art elements evident throughout his work. After building a successful career, he made a move back to Florida and his boyhood roots, and made a move out of the confines of commercial art to the freedom of fine art. He still appreciates his days as a paid graphic artist.
I really enjoyed that. It gave me a great background, you know, in composition and problem solving especially. And what I didn't like about it was that I could spend, you know, weeks on a project and then have it shot down, you know, and have to do it all over or make some changes. And I felt that perhaps it didn't need that, you know. I mean, and so I decided that in my next career I would do fine art, and then I was my own boss, and you know, I could do whatever I wanted. And if someone didn't like it, well, that's okay. They didn't have to buy it. I didn't have to change it either.
But buyers are drawn to his work. His pieces are part of many permanent collections, including the Gulf Coast Museum of Art, Eckerd College, Raymond James Financial, and hundreds of private collectors.
From an early age, Denis was influenced by Aboriginal and African art, especially masks.
I can remember as a kid, I could sit all day looking at art from different cultures, you know, and I'm sure that has influenced me, you know. It might be even unconscious, you know. I'm drawn to that. I'm drawn to that primitive quality of that can be shown in the human figure can be shown in.
And there are some other primitive qualities to Denis's art. His use of beeswax. He says that it's part of giving texture and depth to his work, drawing not only fans of his art, but also some unexpected followers.
I never know what's going to happen when I use beeswax. The first time I used it, I had my studio door open, and bees actually flew into my studio. So,
like honey, huh?
Yeah, they were drawn to it.
Yeah. Wow.
From Dunedin, I'm Libby Bowling for Inside Pinellas.
Very funny and very unusual. Beeswax. Yeah, that is pretty cool, huh?